Agents, I get this question quite a bit. Open enrollment right now lasts from November the 1st to January the 15th. So you need to be aware of other election periods that we can utilize to enroll people into ACA plans. Okay, so I'm going to share these with you. I should pretty much cover them all, and so you should be good. But the two that I use quite a bit, low income SCP and the loss of coverage. And I'm going to give you a trick. All right, this is between me and you. All right, so let's get the entire list of eligible special elections that we can utilize outside of the open enrollment. Okay, so here is the list. So you can qualify for a plan through the marketplace outside of open enrollment only if you qualify for a special election. So our job, somebody comes to us outside of the open enrollment, we want to help them and enroll them. Okay, number one, they need the coverage. Number two, we want to make some money. All right, so one of the ways that you can do it is having a life event. Okay, this is a change in their situation, like getting married and getting divorced, having a baby, losing health coverage. There's a lot of qualifying life events that will qualify them for a special election. Okay, losing coverage is the one that I like a lot. Okay, here's my little pro tip on it. Okay, so you can lose coverage through work, you can lose coverage through Medicaid or CHIP. Okay, it's got to be credible coverage. But here's the deal, guys, and this is only happening right now. Okay, in the past, we had to receive or we had to acquire a letter of credible coverage from the carrier that this insured is saying that they lost coverage from. Okay, that was our proof. Right now, we're under a Democratic administration. They took away that requirement, so we don't have to prove it. Man, so what does that mean? Read between the lines, guys. You can utilize a special election quite a bit without having to provide proof. Okay, just a way in. Okay, the other way is low income. I use this also quite a bit, but their income has to qualify them for it. Here is the chart, the federal poverty level chart that I use quite a bit. Okay, on this chart, let me pull this up here. You have this on your, you have this chart on your smart book. Okay, I update it every single year. All right, so with this chart right here, if the income falls in the highlighted area, okay, the highlighted yellow area, between 100 and 150%, they qualify for year-long, every single month, special election to enroll or change their plan. So let's say it's mom, dad, and 2 kids. It's a household of 4. You'd go to 4. If their income is between the 30,000 and the 45, they would qualify for low-income SCP. So if they have a plan, you can change them. If they don't have a plan, you can enroll. Okay, so low income is pretty good. Oh, I forgot one thing. There are some states that expanded Medicaid. So if you're in a state that expanded Medicaid, 100 to 138, they get Medicaid. But between 138 and 150, now they can get the low income SCP and enroll in an ACA plan. Okay. All right, let's continue with the list of other special elections. All right, so we just did the income if it's within a certain range, or possibly if some of these insureds have one of these other situations. All right, so they faced a serious medical condition, a natural disaster, or other national or state level emergency that kept them from enrolling. That's the key. Just because you had an emergency, one of these 3 things, that in itself does not qualify. They have to have missed their enrollment because of one of these conditions. So maybe an unexpected hospitalization or temporary cognitive disability, a natural disaster like an earthquake, flooding or a hurricane, and that prevented them from then enrolling. Okay, to qualify, they have to live in that county, and then they have 60 days from the end of that incident period to complete an application. All right, pretty easy. All right. Enrollment or plan information display errors. Okay, so maybe there was some misinformation. There was some misrepresentation, misconduct, or inaction of someone working in an official capacity for you to enroll, like an insurance company, a navigator, a certified insurance counter, or maybe an agent or broker. If they kept you from enrolling in the plan because they misrepresented, they had some inaction, maybe they just forgot to enroll you, you're going to get a special election to enroll. Maybe they also prevented you from getting the maximum tax credit, which is your assistance, or maybe the CSRs, which is the reduction in the co-pays, co-insurance, and out-of-pocket. If something like that happened because of misinformation, misrepresentation, misconduct, or inaction, you get a special enrollment. Maybe there was a technical issue on healthcare.gov. It doesn't happen often. It was at the beginning, now not so much. Then you get a special enrollment. Becoming newly eligible for savings on the marketplace. If you lived in a state that hadn't expanded Medicaid and weren't eligible for Medicaid, and your income was low, and now you're eligible for tax credits, you can get an ACA plan. The unwinding of Medicaid and CHIP. I have information on the course about that, but here's the quickie on it. Past couple of years, past 3 years, there was a public health emergency. People who had Medicaid didn't have to reapply. That ended. Now people have to reapply for it. What's happening is millions and millions of people aren't getting qualified for Medicaid. Technical issues with the carrier, too many people enrolling, and it's just getting all bogged down. The processing software has glitches. Okay, I read an article on that recently. Or maybe these insurers they got lazy. Maybe they just, they're inaction. They're used to the past couple of years of not having to enroll or submit new paperwork, and now all of a sudden they have to, and they're like, nah, it'll re-enroll. They just don't think. Or possibly their scenario changed. Their income went up, and now they don't qualify. Regardless, if you lose Medicaid or CHIP, you now have a special election to enroll. Gaining or becoming a dependent due to a court order. Okay, maybe there's a divorce and now one of the parents is court ordered to provide coverage. Now you have a special election. Domestic abuse, violence, or spousal abandonment. Okay, yes, this happens to you, then you may be eligible for a special election. And then possibly if you have a successful appeal with healthcare.gov, then you have a special election. So, guys, there's a lot of opportunity to make money. Take advantage of it. And let's help our insureds get coverage outside of the open enrollment.